On an unspecified date during a Florida Highway Patrol operation, a 2009 Cadillac sedan reported stolen was identified traveling southbound on Interstate 75 through Sumter County. When troopers attempted a traffic stop in Hernando County, the female driver refused to comply and accelerated, initiating a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit quickly escalated as the suspect exceeded speeds of 110 miles per hour, weaving aggressively through traffic, using the shoulder to pass vehicles, and continuing southbound across multiple counties including Hernando and Pasco, creating a severe risk to public safety. Near State Road 52 inches Pasco County, police executed a decisive PIT maneuver that caused the Cadillac to lose control and spin, ending a high-speed chase. Immediately after the vehicle came to a stop, officers swiftly moved in with weapons at hand and apprehended the suspect, who subsequently faced multiple serious charges, including car theft, fleeing the scene, reckless driving, drug possession, and driving with a suspended license, demonstrating how a car theft can quickly escalate into a multi-county pursuit with significant legal consequences. On the 17th of October 2022, at approximately 10:19 p.m. in Crawford County, Missouri, Missouri State Highway Patrol officers responded to multiple 911 calls reporting a black 2021 Chevy Traverse driving recklessly on Interstate 44, with callers describing speeding, lane violations, forcing other vehicles off the road, wrong-way driving, and a possible altercation inside the SUV. Trooper Townsend located the vehicle traveling over 110 miles per hour on I-44, and when emergency lights were activated, the driver, identified as Crystal Courtwright, accelerated to 132 miles per hour and continued fleeing for nearly 17 miles, repeatedly failing to maintain her lane, passing vehicles unsafely, and ignoring traffic control devices while creating an extreme danger to the public. The pursuit ended near westbound, exit 195 on I-44 when Courtright attempted to leave the highway, lost control of the Chevy Traverse, and crashed into a highway information sign, causing damage to the SUV and bringing the chase to a stop. Police pulled Courtright out of the car and arrested her. During questioning, she gave incoherent statements such as saving the souls of children and fleeing to free all souls, suggesting a series of reckless highway driving behaviors could quickly escalate into a high-speed chase and a serious criminal investigation. On Sunday, the 17th of April, 2022, at approximately 3:30 a.m. on US 301 south of Desrozier Road in Dade City, Pasco County, Florida, troopers responded to a horrific, fatal hit-and-run after a 49-year-old woman walking along the grassy shoulder was struck and killed. While Florida Highway Patrol and Pasco County deputies were still investigating the fatal scene, at approximately 4:58 a.m., a silver 2005 Chevy pickup driven by Andrew Thomas Crumman, 23, drove toward investigators at high speed, ignored commands to stop, ran through the crash scene, struck two deputies, ran over the victim's severed legs, and fled. Troopers pursued Crumman for about 10 minutes before using stop sticks and a patrol maneuver to disable the pickup, bringing the dangerous pursuit to an end. Crumman was arrested and charged with multiple offenses including aggravated assault with a motor vehicle on law enforcement, reckless driving, DUI, fleeing and eluding, destruction of evidence, driving while license revoked, and false imprisonment, turning an already tragic fatal hit-and-run scene into a second dangerous incident that nearly killed investigators. On the evening of the 12th of March, 2023, on a major highway in the state of Georgia, Georgia State Patrol, GSP units, attempted to stop a vehicle traveling at high speed, but the driver refused to comply and accelerated, initiating a dangerous pursuit. The situation escalated rapidly as the suspect drove recklessly, aggressively weaving through traffic and making dangerous lane changes at high speed in an attempt to evade capture, forcing troopers to maintain distance and wait for a safe moment to intervene. When a suitable gap appeared in the road, the GSP officer executed a precise PIT maneuver on the rear of the vehicle, causing it to immediately lose control and spin violently sideways on the roadside grass in a powerful crash. Officers quickly approached the wreck with weapons drawn, secured the suspect without further escalation, and ended the pursuit, demonstrating that high-speed evasion almost always results in total loss of control and a violent crash. On the afternoon of the 18th of June 2023, in Polk County, Florida, Florida Highway Patrol, FHP troopers attempted to stop a black Porsche Cayenne suspected of criminal activity, but the driver refused to comply and accelerated, initiating a high-speed pursuit. The situation intensified as the suspect drove aggressively at high speed, weaving through traffic and attempting to evade multiple patrol units, while troopers coordinated closely and waited for a safe opportunity to intervene without endangering other motorists. When a clear opening appeared, a trooper executed a decisive PIT maneuver, striking the rear of the Porsche and causing it to lose control and veer off the roadway onto the grass, bringing the pursuit to an abrupt stop. Officers immediately surrounded the vehicle with weapons drawn and ordered the occupants out, taking the suspect into custody. And upon searching the vehicle, authorities discovered firearms, illegal drugs, and a large amount of cash, turning a high-speed chase into a major criminal arrest and demonstrating how fleeing law enforcement often exposes far more serious offenses. On the evening of the 9th of July 2023, along Interstate 85 Florida, Florida Highway Patrol, FHP troopers attempted to stop a black BMW carrying 5 occupants suspected of fentanyl trafficking, but the driver refused to comply and accelerated, initiating a dangerous high-speed pursuit. The situation escalated rapidly as the suspect vehicle drove recklessly, at times entering oncoming traffic lanes to evade capture, while occupants began throwing evidence out of the vehicle, including firearms and a large bag of suspected narcotics, forcing troopers to balance pursuit with public safety and attempt multiple pit maneuvers under high-risk conditions. several attempts, troopers successfully forced the BMW to a stop near the median, using coordinated positioning and pressure tactics to disable the vehicle without causing a catastrophic crash. Officers immediately approached with weapons drawn, ordered all 5 occupants out, and secured them on the ground, recovering discarded firearms and suspected fentanyl along the roadway, turning a high-speed escape into a major felony arrest and reinforcing that fleeing police often escalates charges far beyond the initial crime. On the afternoon of the 22nd of August 2023, along the Florida Turnpike near Lake Worth, Florida Highway Patrol (FHP) troopers identified a dark blue Toyota RAV4 linked to burglary activity. When officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and accelerated to extreme speeds exceeding 130 miles per hour, initiating a high-risk pursuit. The pursuit intensified rapidly as the suspect vehicle drove recklessly through heavy traffic, weaving between lanes and using the emergency shoulder to bypass vehicles, forcing multiple FHP units to coordinate pursuit tactics while maintaining distance due to the extreme speed and unpredictable movements of the fleeing SUV. As the chase pushed northbound toward Fort Pierce, the driver lost control at high speed, crashing into the median barrier and bringing the vehicle to a violent stop, ending the pursuit without direct PIT intervention. Immediately after the crash, both suspects attempted to flee on foot but were quickly surrounded by troopers with weapons drawn and taken into custody. A search of the vehicle revealed stolen property and burglary tools, demonstrating how high-speed escape attempts often end in failure, with added charges that far outweigh the original crime. On the 22nd of August 2024, in Seminole County, Florida, Florida Highway Patrol (FHP) units responded to a BOLO alert for a vehicle linked to a burglary with occupants inside. When troopers located the vehicle and attempted a stop, the driver refused to comply and accelerated beyond 110 miles per hour, initiating a multi-area high-speed pursuit. The pursuit escalated rapidly as the suspect drove recklessly, entering oncoming lanes and using road shoulders to bypass traffic, while FHP coordinated ground units with aerial support to maintain continuous tracking through highways, city streets, and parking lots, ensuring the suspect could not disappear despite aggressive, evasive maneuvers. The pursuit escalated rapidly as the suspect drove recklessly, entering oncoming lanes and using road shoulders to bypass traffic, while FHP coordinated ground units with aerial support to maintain continuous tracking through highways, city streets, and parking lots, ensuring the suspect could not disappear despite aggressive, evasive maneuvers. Troopers approached with weapons drawn, ordered the suspect to the ground, and took him into custody, recovering a weapon from the vehicle. The suspect later complained of chest pain and was evaluated by EMS. He was identified as Johnny Jabbar Talton and now faces multiple serious charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and leaving the scene, demonstrating how fleeing law enforcement quickly escalates into life-altering legal consequences. On the 10th of April, 2025, at approximately 3:33 p.m. in Zellwood, Orange County, Florida, a Florida Highway Patrol FHP trooper observed a white Genesis G70 traveling northbound on US 441 North Orange Blossom Trail near Junction Road and initiated a traffic stop. The vehicle briefly stopped at a Circle K located at 2691 N Orange Blossom Trail before suddenly fleeing southbound, initiating a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit escalated as the suspect accelerated beyond 100 miles per hour, weaving aggressively through traffic across major roads and residential zones, forcing multiple FHP units to coordinate while maintaining pressure, as the driver attempted to evade capture through rapid lane changes and high-risk maneuvers. After an extended chase, a trooper executed a precise and forceful PIT maneuver at speed, striking the rear of the Genesis G70, causing it to spin violently and veer off the roadway, bringing the vehicle to an abrupt stop on the roadside. Officers immediately approached with weapons drawn, removed the suspect from the vehicle, and secured him in custody. A subsequent search revealed a significant quantity of illegal drugs and cash inside the vehicle, demonstrating how fleeing a traffic stop can quickly escalate into serious felony charges with far greater consequences. On the 3rd of October 2024, in Collier County, Florida, a Florida Highway Patrol (FHP) trooper attempted to stop a gray Toyota Yaris on Interstate 75 after observing reckless driving and detecting the odor of marijuana during the stop. As the investigation escalated, the teenage driver suddenly fled the scene, accelerating onto the highway and initiating a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit intensified as the suspect reached speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour, weaving dangerously through traffic and ignoring all commands. Even after a taser deployment failed to stop him, forcing troopers to briefly terminate the chase due to safety concerns before re-engaging once the vehicle was relocated.
Yes.
After the pursuit resumed and conditions improved in the Bonita Grande Drive area, an officer executed a precise PIT, causing the vehicle to spin and stop on the side of the road. Officers quickly approached with weapons at hand, subdued both the teenage driver and the underage passenger, and seized various prohibited substances including psilocybin mushrooms, marijuana, THC wax, and drug paraphernalia, demonstrating how an initial vehicle stop can escalate into serious criminal charges when the suspect chooses to flee. On the 14th of January 2025, in Gadsden County, Florida, along US 90 near Chattahoochee, a Florida Highway Patrol (FHP) trooper attempted to stop a silver SUV for speeding at 78 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, but the driver immediately fled, accelerating and initiating a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit escalated as the suspect exceeded speeds over 110 miles per hour, recklessly passing vehicles, weaving between lanes, and even attempting to block the trooper from executing a pit maneuver while moving through Gretna and approaching the SR-12 intersection. As the suspect attempted to turn right onto Barack Obama Boulevard at high speed, he lost control of the vehicle, failed to negotiate the turn safely, and crashed, bringing the pursuit to an abrupt end. Officers quickly moved in and detained the suspect, who showed signs of physical distress, complained of severe pain, and later appeared to experience a medical emergency after possibly ingesting drugs, prompting EMS response, demonstrating how fleeing from a simple traffic stop can escalate into a dangerous crash and life-threatening consequences.
Too tight.